afternoon, everyone. The Senate Labor Committee is called to order. I will note that the day today is Tuesday, April 8th, and we are starting, as usual, just a little bit behind schedule at about 12:39. And we do have quorum, so we're ready to begin. On our agenda today, we have Senate File 2744, brought to us by Senator Seeberger. Welcome, Senator Seeberger, to the Senate Labor Committee. When you're ready to your bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is my pleasure to be here. Senate File 2744 is a simple but important bill. Its aim is to tackle the large and growing problem of mental health and suicide in the construction industry. As you are likely aware, the Minnesota legislature has taken a strong bipartisan approach to supporting the Department of Agriculture in addressing the unique stressors, barriers, and service gaps to mental health faced by farmers in Minnesota. Now, you may not be aware that according to the CDC, the construction industry has one of the highest suicide rates of any occupation in the country, nearly twice the overall suicide rate for men in the U.S. Senate File 2744 would appropriate $500,000 in both fiscal years 26 and 27 to the Commissioner of Labor and Industry to bring together stakeholders, such as the Minnesota Department of Health, contractors, unions, and project owners to support education, outreach, and the development of resources for stigma reduction and other worksite strategies in the construction industry. This bill goes to two really important issues that I'm proud to be here in front of the Labor Committee on. Number one, supporting our workers, and number two, making more advances in the area of mental health. Madam Chair, I have two testifiers with me today to speak to the importance of the bill. Brent Wilbur, who is the Chief Administrative Officer from Ames Construction, and Joel Smith, President and Business Manager for LIUNA, Minnesota and North Dakota.
Thank you very much, Senator. We can go ahead and proceed in whichever order you'd like to go. Please introduce yourself for the record, and we look forward to hearing your testimony.
All right. Thank you, Chair McEwen, committee members. I also want to thank Senator Seeberger for bringing this forward and for Mr. Wilbur for testifying here today and for the opportunity to testify in strong support of Senate File 2744. My name is Joel Smith, President, Business Manager of LIUNA, Minnesota, North Dakota, representing more than 14,000 construction and general laborers. Laborers and all trades workers face a significant barrier, asking for help with mental health and safety. When we opened our three primary clinics during COVID, anxiety and depression were the three primary diagnoses of our members and their families. Although we have recently retained a new EAP, or Employees Assistance Program, the need is still great and urgent. The CDC has identified several work-related factors that impact construction workers' mental health and safety, such as employment instability with periods of no work, followed by intense work periods, no fixed work site, and frequently traveled away from family, and physically and mentally demanding tasks. Construction industry culture has historically stigmatized mental health concerns in our male-dominant workforce. We saw a similar stigma and resistance to the change in industry when we began implementing workplace hazards and safety standards. Since then, we've been around the industry-wide safety protocols have dramatically reduced physical injuries and deaths. Mental health and safety initiatives could achieve similar success if we get more serious now. It gives me great hope that $1 million of funding could support evidence-based approaches to destigmatizing mental health issues among construction workers, connect workers with qualified mental health professionals, provide education and training to recognize warning signs, and do more. We can make significant progress in addressing mental health crisis in the construction with bipartisan leadership, proper resources, and a coordinated approach. I urge you to support Senate File 2744, and I'm happy to answer any questions today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair and members of the committee, my name is Brent Wilbur. Chief Administrative Officer with Ames Construction and former AGC Board Chair in Minnesota. I'm pleased to be here today and on behalf of the industry. Thanks to Senator Seeberger for authoring and Mr. Smith and our partners at LIUNA for championing this legislation. In the construction industry today, we're losing more workers via death by suicide than we are to job site accidents. We, the industry, need to rethink what safety means. We spend a lot of time and money on physical safety in construction, yet a person in the construction industry is 5 times more likely to die by suicide than by a worksite related accident. Change starts with leadership. The future of Minnesota's construction industry depends on that leadership that prioritizes mental health and well-being, as well as physical well-being and financial well-being. This is about more than individual company policies or skilled trades training. It's about shaping the entire industry through strategic decision-making and policy integration. Last year, a strategy team came together to create the Minnesota Construction Mental Health Alliance, bringing together project owners, construction companies, unions, workforce development programs, and mental health experts. I'm proud to be a part of this team, and our goal is to embed mental well-being into every facet of our industry. The Alliance is industry-led. It's an alliance, as I said, of all construction companies, unions, public owners, and safety professionals, because we all play a part in this. It's also action-driven. This is not about talk. It's about real, practical solutions. The Alliance is bringing together leaders across Minnesota to change the way we support mental health in construction so that getting help is easy, expected, and encouraged. This bill, SF 2744, will help integrate systemic change into our industry, spreading the message it's okay not to be okay, and erase the stigmatism in a male-dominated industry. At Ames Construction, where I work, we have a saying that is part of our strategy. We seek 4 wins: people, family, project, and Ames. So why do we say this, and why in this order? Well, to start, the work we do building roads, bridges, and other infrastructure improvements is noble work, and we feel we make a difference in our communities. We love building Minnesota, the legacy it leaves, the pride it puts in our workforce to say they were part of a project. We really feel like we make an impact. But in building these projects, we've also decided that we have to prioritize the impacts of the decisions we make on our people, our workforce, and their families. To the extent we can, we manage the job-related stressors mentioned by Mr. Smith that we put on our coworkers and their families. Our work is seasonal, and at times our projects can't proceed through the winter months. This results in reduced or sometimes no hours during the winter months. Financial stability stress. Here in Minnesota, we also know we have a very short construction season, but project deadlines must be met. This results in weekend work, night work, and more often than not, just simply long days. Just think about missing your child's sporting event because you had to work late, or not being able to attend a family reunion because you had to work on the weekend. In addition, our workforce and the projects are spread throughout Minnesota. The industry travels to all 4 corners of the state. So depending on those project needs, a portion of our workforce might be away from their family all week. This happens, and we, the industry, needs to minimize that stress. Thus, here at Ames, we think about the win for the coworker and their families first, where we're going to send people, how we can rotate people, things like that. So that ultimately, we don't have to worry about the outcome for the project in Ames if we have a supported workforce. Also at Ames, we've invested in mental wellness resources that complement our physical safety programs through employee assistance programs that are available to the worker, their spouses, partners, and dependents, raising awareness to our workforce and their families directly to the mental health challenge in our industry and the resources we provide. Just think, I said people are away from their families all week. We send information right into their homes so it's at the disposal of their families, and we're sure the message gets in. We establish employee resource groups to help support each other, and training our mental health ambassadors, both in our offices and our projects, to encourage and recognize our workers' needs or stress and support them and get them to resources. Yet, despite all of our efforts, in 2024, Ames lost coworkers to suicide. Ames and the industry needs to do more to support our coworkers. As I summarized, while Ames has invested greatly in these resources, no one company, union, project owner, or association can tackle the issue alone. Again, thank you, Senator Seeberger and the bipartisan co-authors of this important legislation. We recognize that true safety goes beyond the physical protection to include the mental and emotional well-being of our workforce. The future of construction depends on a strong, supported workforce, and we are committed to building an industry where every worker feels valued, protected, and empowered to thrive. Thank you for your time and consideration today.
Thank you very much for your testimony. Members, any discussion or questions for Senator Seeberger or our testifiers? Yes, Senator Grunhagen.
Oh, thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I agree. Suicide is terrible. I've owned an independent insurance agency, and I've had customers, our clients. Some of a few of them have killed themselves. You know, you're already doing a lot, and I mean, they have health insurance, I assume, so they can get help. But have they identified the primary reason or some of the primary reasons why people are choosing suicide? Is it home-related or work-related? I wouldn't assume it's work. I mean, work is medicinal in most cases, but do you know the primary, obviously there's a medical report or something on the person when they passed away, and there must be some cause that's causing these suicides, or fill in the blanks, I guess.
Senator, or either of our testifiers want to speak to that question from Senator Grunhagen?
Sure, I can give so one of the things we've identified is just the, again, back to the seasonality of the work, and in this industry, just providing steady work. All of our, well, we're a construction company, we're based on all the projects we have. So providing that workflow from project to project to project, and sometimes the coworkers, and Mr. Smith can speak to the unions, don't know when that next project is coming or if that next project is coming. So they still have to provide for their families, people, and it puts stress on the folks.
Yeah, and just to answer a few more things on your question about that, one is this industry is very male-dominant, macho, and there's been that stigmatism around that, and that's where we need some of the challenges, getting past the stigmatism. But to like Mr. Wilbur said, this industry is very challenging. You're away from home, long hours. You don't know where your next job is. You don't know where your next paycheck is. You're missing out on all those things. You're not going to your little league t-ball games, the soccer games. And also, as you ask, is well, there should be health insurance. Yes, we provide that as a union. It's not part of the contractors. We do it as collectively together with our partners, the contractors. But our health insurance is made up of labor and management. But for our members to be able to continue their health care and their eligibility for their health care for their members or for themselves and their families, they have to work because it's hour-based driven for their eligibility. So if they're out of work for a long period of time, seasonal or slowdowns in the industry, they lose health care for them and their families. That only continues that downward trend of that downward pressure for them to be able to provide. And that's where all these different components in our industry puts that pressure on in the mental health.
Thank you. Senator Grunhagen, follow up.
Oh, thanks for those responses. So how would this 500,000 help those? I mean, how, the work schedule, you work sometimes, you're far away from family, all that. So how does the 500,000 fill in the gaps there? I guess that's the question.
Senator Seeberger or either of the testifiers, feel free to.
It's providing those resources. One, it's helping have those conversations in the industry about the stigmatism. The stigmatism around, if we get past that, people are okay to talk about it and willing to talk about it and take that machoism out of it. That's going to help. It's going to connect workers to qualified mental health professionals. As we all know, that industry right now, it's a struggle. Sure, we can have an EAP program and it helps and they reach out. But when there's a mental health crisis, we don't have a week or two to wait for that next appointment. It's needed today, if not hours or seconds. And the reason why I say that is, as I was sitting out in the hallway preparing for this meeting today, I was notified by our office that one of our members just died by suicide. There isn't a week that goes by that I don't hear from a member, a family of our member, a contractor, our signatory partners, on the struggles there is around mental health. They're either died by suicide or they're struggling. And they don't know where to turn because there isn't enough resources. They couldn't get an appointment when they're in crisis. So I just want to emphasize, again, 15 minutes before I walked into the room, I was notified by another death by suicide of our members.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you for sharing that with us to help us understand.
Madam Chair?
Senator, yeah.
Yeah, if I might, Senator Grunhagen, this money will go toward building out resources that are lacking and that are needed. And it is the beginning of a conversation to start making it okay to raise your hand when you're not okay. We've done this in other areas. We've done this in the farming community. We've done this in the public safety community. And what it takes is forward-facing initiatives and dollars to begin that process and begin that conversation. When folks are overwhelmed and they feel alone and they feel like suicide is the right choice for them, that's a warning signal that something is not right. And if we're identifying it in an industry, then we darn well better step up and do whatever we can to save folks who are asking for help. So this money will go to outreach, education, development of resources related to reducing the stigma, worksite strategies, grants to industry groups for related activities. We saw the change when we started stressing workplace safety. We saw that change. We saw how it began to be baked into the culture and intertwined into the culture of the construction industry. And now you go on job sites, they're much safer and people are free to talk about safety. That wasn't always the case. We want to do the same thing with mental health.
Okay.
Senator Grunhagen, any follow-up?
No, we all agree suicide's terrible, and anything we can do to address it. It just, if a person's not working, I don't know how you can send them information, but I don't know. But I'll take your word for it, Senator Seeberger. Okay, thank you.
Members, any further discussion or questions? Senator Dornick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senator Seeberger, I just want to thank you for bringing this bill forward. It's a very important issue. I knew that mental health was, obviously a big issue, but I didn't know that there was twice the amount of suicide in construction. So, again, thank you for the bill. It's an important issue. And thank you to the two testifiers also for testing on support of this bill. So, again, thank you, Senator Seeberger.
Thank you, Senator Dornick. Anything else, members? Any thoughts? I echo all of the sentiments that Senator Dornick just shared. Thank you very much for bringing this bill. Thank you for your testimony. Thank you for trying to provide more resources for people to break down some of the stigma around this. And I know that this has been also a real issue up in the Duluth area that I represent too. I've heard a number of people talking about this as it's very traumatizing for the entire community in an ongoing way. So I'm very, very pleased that you're bringing this. And I would be remiss also, I know we had some discussion with Senator Grunhagen's questions that had to do with the health insurance and whether people, had that health insurance, could they access it, and that issue of having our health care tied to our work status is a huge problem, not just for people in this industry, but for people throughout our workforce. And I will make a nod to my colleague, Senator Marty, who has a bill that would create a Minnesota health plan that would disconnect our health care from our employment status and make sure that people can just go get the health care when they need it. So anybody who is really serious about making sure that people have access to health care, this is a good start. These initiatives are really important, but if we're really serious about this, we do, to Senator Grunhagen's point, need to make sure that people can just get the help right when they need it, anytime that they need it, and they don't have to worry about their employment status when they do. So just wanted to bring that up. Again, thank you. Senator Seeberger, I'll give you the last word before we lay your bill over.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Once again, anything we can do to further our work toward addressing the mental health crisis within the state of Minnesota has my 100% support. And when we identify concerns within an industry, it's our duty to step forward and do what we can. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator Seeberger. With that, Senate File 2744 is laid over for possible inclusion. Thank you very much, members. Today we have a very short schedule, as you've all seen. I just wanted to make a couple of comments about our labor budget bill and policy bill. We have had a delay in resolving a portion of our budget bill due to one of our accounts, our workforce development account or fund. We're working on that. The budget bill will not be very large, and it only contains some provisions that we are all fairly familiar with now. Because our timeline has been shortened, though, we have reserved the hearing room for Friday to allow more time for the public to digest the budget bill and submit testimony, and for committee members to prepare amendments should it be needed. So please stay in touch with us. Let us know how you're feeling about the timeline and if we need to go into Friday. With that said, we're going to send a public notice of the policy provisions. Oh, excuse me. I'm reading off my wrong here. So, excuse me, I was reading off my wrong thing here. So we've had a delay. A listserv notice has just been sent out explaining the contents of our budget bill in order to provide everyone here with as much notice as possible. The budget bill will contain the language of Senate File 2373, as it was returned to our committee, and the current language of Senate File 908. We have also added Senate File 2149 to the agenda. This will be the Senate Labor Committee's policy bill. The DE amendment is the A7, which has also been posted. So again, the policy bill is Senate File 2149, and the A7 is the DE amendment, and those have been posted. And a listserv notice has also just been sent out explaining the contents of our budget bill. We've just had a little bit of a delay around the Workforce Development Fund, which we're hoping to have straightened out and hoping to get things posted here by the end of the day on that as well. But all of the content, we want to make sure people know about that content. Again, because our timeline has been shortened, we did reserve the Friday morning if it is needed. We will also see our budget bill again in the Finance Committee, the Senate floor, the Conference Committee, and then back to the floor. So there's always more time for ideas to be brought forward. And as all of you know, my door is always open for anyone who wants to discuss the bill and talk about the process. So please keep your eyes on the listserv. We're sending out, and we will send out the delete all as soon as it is ready, hopefully here by the end of the day. Members, does anyone have any questions about that, about what I just detailed? Yes, Senator Dornick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm just wondering, on Thursday, if we think we're going to get to amendments, do you think, or? Because Friday is actually kind of tough with this week, especially for me. So just checking to see if you think that Thursday maybe we could get the amendments and get it done.
Thank you, Senator Dornick, for that question. I sure hope so, too. I would love for us to be able to do that on Thursday. Well, we reserve the time for Friday because we just want to make sure that if we are hearing from people that more time is needed, that they do want more time to develop some amendments, that we have that space if it's needed. Senator Dornick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I think I heard you say that you thought the delete all would be posted maybe today?
That's our hope. That's our hope.
Okay, that would be great. Then we could have time to look at it and prepare, and then the public can look at it too. So.
Thank you, Senator Dornick. And we'll also, we can, through our correspondence too, we can talk about the language if you have any questions about the specificity of it. But it will be a very short bill, as we noted, and it will contain the language of Senate File 2373 as it was returned to our committee, and then the current language of Senate File 908. So, yeah. Senator Grunhagen.
Oh, thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, the only input I had a district superintendent in my office this past week, and he sent me an email with the top priorities from about 4 or 5 of the district, I think 4 superintendents from my district, and they listed their priorities. The first one was earn sick and safe time. They don't know if they can hire the subs to fill in. And one of the superintendents told me, we're going to have students going into a classroom, there's going to be no teacher there, and they're just going to look at a computer screen, get the assignment, and that'll be it. So they all were very hopeful that we could modify that earn, sick, and save time for public schools. And again, I used to be the chief negotiator when I was on the school board. To me, a one-size-fits-all just creates a lot of negative ripples across our public schools and small businesses. And I guess I just ask you to please get some input from your superintendents, but mine listed as number 1. Number 2 was the unemployment over the summer, which we don't have anything to do with, but the thing is, they all said the same thing. So I hope we can address that going forward. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam
Thank
Chair.
you, Senator Gruenhagen. Senator Pappas.
Madam Chair, as the author of that bill, Senator Gruenhagen, why don't you talk to me about it?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm happy to talk to you about it.
am I sitting next to you?
Yeah, and you're sitting next to me, too. I didn't mean right now, but
Thank you, Senator Pappas. Much appreciated. That communication is always very important. Members, as always, if you have any questions about the way we're proceeding, please come talk to me, talk to our committee administrator, Fabian Bean. We're always happy to detail any details for you. But with that, we'll talk to you soon, and the Senate Labor Committee is adjourned.